Hello, everybody. We are going to be doing some cold stratification of seeds today, and hopefully we don't get snowed in because there's supposed to be some big snowstorm coming through today that we can get no snow or like a foot. So I've got some seeds here that I'm planning to start that I need to cold stratify, which you normally do with more like perennial flowers usually. Like you don't cold stratify your tomato seeds because they're annual. And what you're trying to do with that is to simulate winter conditions. So what you normally do is you put them on a wet-ish paper towel, like not, you don't want to dump it in like a tub of water, but you want it kind of wet, and you put it in your fridge for, sometimes 2 weeks, 4 weeks, maybe longer. I think I've seen some things where you put them in for like 3 months or something, which seems a bit ridiculous. Okay, so get started with one of the very common things to cold stratify, which is lavender. There's one seed hiding on my little thing there. And like when I did my germination testing, I'm going to do 20 seeds. So that way, this is also kind of a germination test for these seeds too. I should have grabbed my tweezers. Some of these are very, very tiny. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There's one in there that only looks like it's half a seed, so I'm not counting that one. And then lavender is one of those where it benefits from being cold stratified. You don't have to cold stratify it, but if you don't, you're probably going to get a really low germination rate, which doesn't mean you're not going to get any, but your odds of actually having a successful germination rate is increased by doing the cold stratification. But just like with the germination testing, you want to make sure they got good contact with the seeds. And then I've got these baggies that I use over and over again for cold stratification and for germination testing. This one's already got lavender on it, so that one will be done. And I don't usually bother with closing the bag or closing it all the way. I put it in the fridge. Okay, so that's lavender. This packet's older. This is from 21. I think this one's from last year. Yeah, for 24. So we're going to start with the older ones first. Yeah, if you guys have any questions about seed saving, cold stratification, what have you, just put them in the chat and I can try to answer those. These are really tiny. I have no idea what I did with my tweezers. Okay. These guys, this is some that I got from our local library, and they have a seed library. This is wild bergamot. It's an Indiana native. Always good to plant those native seeds. Ooh, these are also tiny. These look a lot like the lavender seeds. Ooh, 1, 2. Oh, goodness. Well, I guess we're just sprinkling some on there at this point. Some people also do a similar thing where they winter sow seeds. Like I've seen people taking milk jugs and putting, like they cut them in half, like horizontally, and they put, I think usually some dirt at the bottom of the jug and put in their seeds and tape it up, and they just kind of leave them outside. Like the idea is that the top of the milk jug kind of acts as a little greenhouse. I need to remember how to spell this one. Whoop. And I have not actually grown these. I have put off growing these at our old house because I thought there was a chance that we might move. So I wasn't worried about some of these, but now since we just moved about a year ago, now would be the time to get some of this stuff started. That is a very bad marker. There we go. And then if you're doing several batches of these, I would also date them. But since I will have known what day I went live here, I can always just look that up. So one of the benefits of making these videos is you always know what day you did stuff. Okay. These ones are brown-eyed Susans, which are very cheerful little yellow flowers, which I also believe are native seeds. It doesn't say, but I'm pretty sure in Indiana these are one of the natives. And apparently I tried to do this before because there's only like 3 seeds in here. I might have some more in some other packet somewhere. Do I have another packet of those? That's funny. I was thinking maybe the San Diego seed said one, but maybe not. If I find more later, I can add it to them. And seasons. I'm a little chaotic with labeling my bags. If you wanted to keep it a little more clear, you could make them different color for each year. I've got a few seeds here that I've seen pop up on the list of seeds that need to be cold stratified, but then a lot of the packets say nothing about that. So we're going to see. I've done the milkweed before. I can't remember if I cold stratified it or not, but it did take a few years for it to really get going. Either way. I've done the orange one, which is the right one for our region. There's like 4 or 5 at least of those. These are not my seeds, so I guess I don't need to do 20 of them. These are my older seeds. I've got another baggie somewhere that a friend gave me some milkweed seeds, and they're still, like, they still have the fluff attached. Milkweed seeds are pretty cool. They get little, like, parachutes and fly off places. Ew, lovely. Got a nice Sharpie tattoo there. Lovely. Okay. Yeah, if you can, it's good to plant milkweed where you are. You can look up your region for which type of milkweed, plant them to help the butterflies. Ooh, yeah, no wonder why. I got a little Sharpie tattoo there. Blech. Like, I am just smearing that around there. I've got another type of milkweed somewhere. Maybe I didn't grab it. It's a blue milkweed. It had teeny tiny little blue flowers, and it did real well too. Okay, flax is one of those that was showing up on the list. If it's perennial flax, then it needs to be cold stratified. This lovely packet from Botanical Interest does not say anything about cold stratification on there. But it does say it's perennial in zones 5 through 8. So in my mind, that means it's perennial flax. And I don't know if this is just the decorative flax or if I can actually make linen out of this flax, which would be a fun little project to do. Could grow enough to make like a dishcloth. It does not want to come off here. There we go. How many do I even have? Yeah, what's really great about Botanical Interest is there's all this information on here. You could cut this off and make it a label if you wanted, but it's paper. I don't think you're actually meant to like stick it in there, but you could stick it on like the side of the container. But then there's also all of this information inside the packet, which is pretty cool. You may need to destroy the packet to get to that though. But if you're planting all of them anyway, but some of the vegetables and stuff, it'll have, I think it'll even have ideas for like recipes for stuff to cook with those. So we'll put a few of these on there and just see what happens. For some of these that are maybe cold stratification, I don't think it'll hurt because that's what they would normally do. And it looks like I've gotten into this packet before. So, and I do not currently have flax. So maybe that's why they didn't do well. It's because I didn't cold stratify them before. Boom. I'm very much feeling the urge to start all the seeds right now. But I'm doing this instead to at least push it back a week or so. Because usually I don't remember to actually cold stratify the seeds, and I go for like planting time for the seeds, and I'm like, shoot, I forgot this needs to be in the fridge for 2 to 4 weeks, and that pushes everything back. So I'm trying to be good and just do a whole batch of them at once and just pull them out of the fridge when it's time to plant them. Ooh, this one says 8 weeks. I do not remember. This one says it's a rattlesnake. Goodness. Rattlesnake Master. I got this from the library, which means I must have seen it at the book at some point and thought it looked cool. I don't remember what this looks like at all. So that'll be a fun little experiment. Not sure if I want to do all of them. Oh, these are fun little things. Not sure if each one of these is a seed or if it's a little cluster of seeds. I feel almost like a frilly coneflower seed. Like it's kind of got coneflower shape, but it's got a little bit of extra bits. I feel like this is going pretty quick. I probably did not need to fold that one. Right on top of a little poof of air. Oh, here, Rattlesnake Master. But the most important part of cold stratifying your seeds is to let the other members of your household know you've got seeds in there so they don't think it's some weird, gross leftovers and throw them away. I have several hyssop. I'm going to look to see if this is actually gold before I start it. So that's in my... There's some more Black-Eyed Susans. I thought I had some more. Oh no, this is Black-Eyed Susan. That's his Brown-Eyed Susan. What's going on here? I wonder if they're the same thing. I guess we'll just do these separate and find out. This one says 3 to 4 weeks in the fridge. Ooh. A whole bunch of these little guys. But yeah, I highly recommend going to your local public library to pick up seeds. The seeds are usually given to the library from your local like master gardening folks or something like that. Usually clean the seeds and get them all prepped. And all the libraries that I've been to with the seeds, like they'll say, you know, a limit of so many packets per year that you can check out, either in total or at a time. But every time I've gone to check them out, I'm in like, where's the barcode? How do I check them out? Like, this is how the seeds were in their little drawers. And I was like, I'm not sure how I scan these. And they've just been like, just take them. They want them to get out and get used. I mean, obviously don't abuse it and grab one of everything every couple weeks. But it's a good thing. But yeah, a lot of public libraries have these. And if you don't, you could certainly ask your library to start one. Or if you know how to save your own seeds, you could probably arrange with your local library to start one. Black-eyed Susans. Not the brown-eyed Susans, the black-eyed Susans. Hello. Our puppy dog is up here helping me cold stratify the seeds. I have a feeling she's going to bump the table because she is starved for attention. I've never thrown any of them away. No, not yet. But I've also been good about telling you that they're in the fridge. Okay. Chamomile is definitely on the list of ones to cold stratify. And yeah, MI Gardener has it marked there on their seed packet. Then it needs to be cold stratified. And I'm not sure that I did that last year. Because apparently I got into this packet. But I don't think I did a whole lot of cold stratification last year. Oh, these are tiny. Okay. I'm always worried I'm going to spray the seed packets and get them all wet. Ooh, there's so many. Gosh. I know that probably just looks like a line, but there's a million tiny seeds in there. Oh my goodness. The seeds, they are getting tinier and tinier. They're tiny. I'm not even sure this is even going to show up. It's so tiny. Wow. I wonder how many seeds it said came in that packet, since they're so tiny. 2,000. I believe it's probably more than that. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can even see that on the camera, because they're so tiny. Wow. But yeah, while I'm going through and doing these, let me know if y'all have any questions about growing plants in general, or saving seeds. If you want me to go over a particular plant again or what have you. Gosh, that Sharpie's going to be on my hands for days. It's not as bad as phthalo blue and green paint. That stuff stays forever. This is chamomile. O-M-I-M-E. Okay, there's that one. Mint was one of those ones that was on there. Okay, yeah, it says called Stratify. Now, mint is one of the plants you got to be careful. I have not successfully grown mint yet. I don't know if I even started this last year or not. Looks like it if the packet's open. But you have to watch mint because, oh my goodness, this is so tiny. Teeny, tiny, tiny. You have to watch mint because it will spread like crazy. And I'm guessing it's pretty perennial here. Doesn't say which zone's on this one. But yeah, if you can, I would advise growing mint in a container that is the size of how much mint you could possibly want and no bigger. Because if you put it in a 4x8 bed, my understanding is it will take over that whole 4x8 bed. So like if you have a green stalk, you could put them in a pocket or two, or you can put them in a little container and they'll take over the whole container. But it sounds like if you put them in a garden bed, they will just take over. That would explain why I didn't tape up the packet. So it had its own little baggie. Okay, and I am out of my used baggies. I'm going to start some new baggies. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I cold stratified some seeds last year. I'm pretty sure they're still in the fridge. So that'll be a fun experiment to see if they survive being in the fridge a year. I don't know. If it was the freezer, I would say they should probably be fine. But since they're in the fridge and it's not quite freezing, I don't know. We'll see. Oregano was popping up on the list. And it does say perennial. And I have not had good luck with them. I forget if it's oregano. There's some little herb that pops up and it stayed. The teeniest, tiniest little herb. When does this one say to start? It does not say when to start it. Yeah, the Baker Creek, like it has some information on the side, but it doesn't always have the best information on there and then on their website to look up to find out when to start these. Because it says how long it sprouts in, how deep to plant them, what sun, but it doesn't say how many weeks before last frost to start them. Gosh, these are from, I think, 21. And don't throw away your seeds because you might think that they're old. Seeds, most seeds last for quite a few years, like at least 3 to 5 years. Seeds that usually go out first are onions and carrots, and that's been the only seed that I've had not germinate at all for me. Was one onion packet that was, it was at least 7 years old. And I tried to just go through my older packets first. And they were green onions. So I just, after 2 weeks, and none of them germinated at all. And my other onions I started at the same time were germinating. I just planted a newer packet. Ooh, look at that in there. Mute this. Okay. Let's see, was that in the baggie? It was not in the baggie. Probably could tape that up a bit better. Yeah, apparently I've been into this packet several times and I have not successfully grown oregano yet. Ew. That tape did not come off real well. Yeah, I really like to use washi tape for resealing your seed packets. It's a Japanese like paper tape, and you can find it with like kind of scrapbooking stuff. But it's a nice tape for sealing and resealing. I don't understand how it does it, but it's pretty good at multiple use tape. And you can get all kinds of cute, fun colors and patterns and stuff. Okay, this one, I'm not sure that I even have any left. Nope. Yeah, this was the blue milkweed that I had. I'm pretty sure I saved seed pods from this somewhere. So I will have to hunt those down and do those. That's a hyssop. Okay, and then I've got all kinds of seeds that I've saved from my own stuff. Yeah, if you're not sure if something needs to be cold stratified, you can look it up where you got the seeds, or just, do a general internet search. But it's usually perennial plants. It's not going to be your cucumbers. Let's see here. This is columbine. 2, 3, 4. I really should have grabbed my tweezers. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20-ish. Yeah, these are seeds that I've saved, so I kind of want to keep track of how well they germinate too. And then I had a lavender plant for a while, at least what I thought was a lavender plant. That made a whole little video on how to save the seeds from them. Turns out it's really hyssop seeds. When I got it from a little nursery, it was labeled lavender. So that's been fun. But they're very similar plants. So I have a whole bunch of hyssop seeds that I've saved. So the old ones are labeled lavender to go through and cross that out. These columbine seeds are a nice, like, deep purple. They're cute. These are coneflower seeds. I saved all the little old containers. This used to be a very old cinnamon. That was probably in my mom's cabinet since the 80s. Gosh, I have to go through here and pick out the seeds. I'm making a mess. Yeah, the coneflower seeds are little cones. Kind of almost like little pyramids-ish. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And these ones are from, gosh, I think I had a purple coneflower, and I think I had a one that was like orange or something. So I assume these are coming from the purple one, the kind of traditional coneflower, which is also an Indiana native. Come here, you. Yeah, next time I definitely need to remember to grab my tweezers. Ba-dum. Bloop. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 so far. One looks kind of wimpy. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20-ish. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Sorry for all the OCD people. I did not line those up very well. I gotta figure out how to pick up the rest of these seeds. We're at 41 minutes. Right here. Scoop these guys up. Making more of a mess. I don't think that any of this crud that's left is seeds. Oh, goodness. We have stuff on the cap, though. There's one hiding over there. Okay. Alright. We tore off a bunch of paper towels, but apparently it was not enough. But it was close. Dun. Okay. And then these ones I saved as lavender. I'm pretty sure it's actually hyssop. Yeah, these are 100% the hyssop seeds. We still got a little bit of chaff stuff in here. And these seeds are teeny tiny little balls. I think they look kind of like mouse poop. If you are, I guess, unfortunate enough to have seen mouse poop. I saw a video recently of people trying to get their teenagers to clean up the room, and they've taken black rice and sprinkled some in their room to make them think that there's a mouse in their room to get them to clean up their room. Not been keeping count of these. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. I think there's actually 21 there. I try to always start a little bit more seed than what you want. Like if you want 10 pepper plants, I would probably start, 12 to 15 at least. Because some may not germinate, like the seed may not sprout, and some may not transplant well. I found more cornflower seeds. And something may happen to some once they're out there. Like a bunny may eat them. So I always try to start a few extra. Okay, this is hyssop. This is from 22. So yeah, that is definitely hyssop and not lavender. I'm almost going to need a little bin to put these in the fridge. cross this in, but hyssop. Okay. Okay, what else do I got? I got Liatris. These are the old ones. I have so many Liatris seeds. Been keeping them in a Parmesan cheese container. And these guys are so cool. They got like little parachutes. So these are little purple flowers that get like, they're like kind of taller cones. Like they're not, like 3 feet tall. They're probably at least a foot tall. Little purple cones. I think are natives to Indiana here. And you don't have to go nuts and plant only native seeds wherever you are. Because then it's also like, well, when is it considered a native? Like, was it a native with the native people? Like, was it native kind of after that? It's kind of a whole thing. But, you should try to at least plant some natives. Like, I'm planning to grow out some artichoke, mostly just to get the artichoke flowers. Like, I'm not really interested in eating an artichoke. That was a weird seed. I don't like that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, I got 17. 18, 19, and 20. Try to get these so they're not just sticking straight up. That guy too. Yeah, we are also getting close to being monetized on the channel. We've got 1,000 watch hour, or no, goodness, we've got 1,000 subscribers. Still haven't quite hit the watch hour requirements, which is 4,000 in the last year, but we're getting close. So if you guys want to let me know on here or in the community posts, what kind of like membership benefits you'd like. Had to sneeze. Okay. And some ones I collected in 21. And these were the Liatris seeds were just seeds that our previous homeowner had planted. And since it's a perennial plant, it kept popping up. And I was able to collect the seeds from them. Okay, what else is there? We got a couple left here. And then I also had, what was this? Did I not do this? I'm pretty sure I did. That was like the first one I did, wasn't it? It's lavender. Yeah, I did that one. Okay. I had seen hollyhock pop up on several lists that needed to be cold stratified. Which I think, okay, this one says it's an annual, so probably not that one. Bloom first year if planted early in spring. If planted later, they will bloom the following summer. Yeah, these hollyhocks it was something weird. They were not quite annuals or perennials. I think they were like biannuals. Okay. Okay, so, I mean, this one does say annual. I think I'm going to wait on the hollyhocks. I don't think I'm going to do those. Whoop. These ones are lavender seeds that apparently were stuck. Oh my goodness. Well, put them up over a dry one. They were stuck in the cap. Okay, how many ended up coming out here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here's the chaff. Oop. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Maybe. They come off? Yeah, these ones I saved from, I think I labeled it the other lavender plant. So I know there's several different types of lavenders. And that's what I thought I had, was 2 different types of lavender. But one was lavender and one was hyssop. This one is the, gosh, I want to say it's like Munstead lavender, something like that. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. It's like the English lavender or something like that. I've seen Spanish lavender I think in the Costco. Which looked really cool. Alright, so that's lavender. These are more coneflower seeds. Only got 2 left that I pulled. Not sure we're going to get them in 4 minutes, but get close. This is another coneflower. It's a mix. I think this was one that I just had near another coneflower. So I'm not sure exactly what color they would end up being. But if they did mix, that would be pretty cool. I've got this one coneflower seed saved from one that I planted a couple years ago called the Green Twister that I saw in several seed catalogs this year, which was great. It's so cute. The petals go from like a pink to a green, and they did really well where they were last year. Okay. I'm not sure I'm even going to have 20 in here. Bloop. But yeah, one year I got the regular purple coneflower. I got one that I'm pretty sure was orange. And I put them on either side of the house. So, I mean, there is some separation there. But, I mean, in theory, a bee could pollinate, go from one to the other. If, if that lady bee just really likes coneflowers. I ended up stepping on a bee a couple years ago, and I felt so bad. We were walking through the neighborhood and cut through a field, and I had flip-flops on, and this poor bee got like scooped under my flip-flop in the front and stung my toe. It hurt. I had not been stung by a bee since I was like a little kid. I just usually leave them alone. And then, we got to where we were going, and my foot stung really bad, but then, like, after a few minutes, I was like, oh no, that was a bee. Like, that bee's dead. It's a lady bee. I felt really bad. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19. One more. Is there one more? Oop, there we go. There's not a whole lot left in this coneflower mix. It is mostly stuff. Sometimes stuff lays on the counter for forever, and I need to put it away to clean up. So I end up not cleaning them all the way. So that's how I gotta clean them out when I'm planting them. You don't have to, especially if you're just physically putting them in the ground, like direct sowing them outside. You can leave them with the chaff, the other stuff that's not the seeds. It's not going to hurt them at all. Ta-da! Okay, put that somewhere else. is cauliflower mix. Two. My dog has abandoned me. Just decided that I'm boring and went to the other room to sleep. Even though we all kind of slept in this morning, anticipating a snow day. I don't think it has started to snow yet. Yeah, they've been really weird about predicting this winter storm. They're usually pretty good about estimating how much snow, and I have not heard from like any of our official weather stations an estimate of how much snow. But it's been like all over social media. It's like, oh, we could get 7 inches, we could get 10 inches, we could get 12 inches. So we'll see what we end up getting. Okay, 1, 2. Oh, these are more Leandra seeds for a different year. 3, 4, 5. I'm starting these to not only do like a germination testing on them, but also I'll give away plants. I give some to my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law. Sister-in-law is working on, they bought a family house that they're fixing up. So I want to grow some plants to give to her to plant around her new house. And we're going to see her in like April or May, which will be kind of a perfect time to get them in the ground. So that's why I'm not worried about stratifying 40 Leandris plants. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19, one more. But I think this is the last plant I have set out that I was pretty sure needed to be cold stratified. So if y'all have any questions about cold stratification, seed saving, growing plants, let me know before we end the stream here, and I can try to answer those. Yeah, our local extension office is offering a master gardening course. I gotta figure out if I want to bother signing up for that or not. Because if there's not really a whole lot of new information for me, it's a bit more money. And I don't think they'll give you your money back. But from what I've just seen around, a lot of people have found the information helpful, but it sounds like it's kind of hard to get your volunteer hours in. But one lady I talked to recently said there was like a phone bank that people call the extension office with questions, and that's a easier way to get your hours in. So that is all the seeds that I had. Gosh, I can't even gather them all up here. To stratify this whole pile here. Yeah, I'm gonna need to put a container. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 things I had to cold stratify. Alright. Well, if we don't have any more questions, I'm going to let y'all go. And hopefully it doesn't snow too bad wherever you are. And happy seed saving, happy gardening, and I'll catch you next time.